I can't thank you guys for the opportunity. Let me tell you something. If tomorrow wasn't promised, what would you give for today? Forget everything else. Forget everything else. Forget that there was any sunlight left. What would you spend today thinking about? Yourself or the man that's beside you? Or the man that you know you'll give everything in your heart for? We get one opportunity in life, one chance in life to do whatever you're gonna do, to lay your foundation and to make whatever mark you're gonna make, whatever legacy you're gonna leave your legacy. And it's found through effort. Wins and losses come a dime a dozen. But effort, nobody can judge effort. Cause I'm pissed off for greatness. Cause if you ain't pissed off for greatness, that means you okay with being mediocre. Ain't no man in here okay with being just basic. So let's do what we do. Tonight, sir. We ain't got to worry about taking no breaks. Don't worry about taking no breaks.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Whitetails Dynasty as we are previewing Season 8. And this is going to be a big shift in the program because this isn't the same team at all. I mean, a lot of changes on both sides of the ball, which we will see here in this episode. Now, I did want to announce a couple of changes here, and we did decrease the user quarterback accuracy down to 5 now. We usually have it at 10. And then every year we randomize the playbook. And this year we land on Texas State. And this is a different playbook than what we're used to seeing. Now, I guess with a new start comes a new playbook, but this one is a lot different. It's got a lot of pistol and a lot of shotgun, but no under center formations. This is what it's going to kind of look like. So we're actually going to be using our entire roster on offense because we don't really know who's going to be the big playmakers. Now, Maurice Highlights Jackson is returning, so he is going to be the one guy that will be the veteran on the squad. But besides him, that's it. So this year is all about the QB battle, and really, we have two options. Deshaun Wilson, who is a 6'4" quarterback. He is more of a pocket passer that can move. But then there's the true mobile quarterback in Jabari Hollywood. He is 6'1", 210. He's got more arm strength than Wilson, but the accuracy is definitely not there. And we will see them play a little bit in practice and see what we think and get your guys' thoughts on them as well. Now at running back, we do kind of have a dilemma here, but it's more of a familiar dilemma as we do have Julian Gonzalez and Apollo St. Vincent returning. They are pretty much identical running backs. I don't really see a big difference between them. And the one thing about Julian Gonzalez is that, yeah, he is the better rated back, 92 speed with 98 acceleration, but he runs heavier on the field. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's up with that, but he just feels heavier as a player. Now, one guy I do want to highlight here in this video is Ivan Neal. Now, I am kind of scared to death to redshirt this guy because he's a 4-star recruit. He's an athlete turned to running back, but as you guys know, if you do recruit some of these really good guys like 4 stars and 5 stars, if you don't play them, they will transfer. So I do not want him to transfer. So who knows, I might leave him unredshirted, or I might give him playing time just to appease him. But in the case of somebody like Marcus Smith last year, that didn't even matter. He still transferred. Now, one guy I do want to look out for this year is Cole Lakalaka. If there was one guy that's made in the mold of Bam Cameron, who's learned a lot from him last year as a redshirt, it's Cole Lakalaka. He is 5'8", very, very quick. Doesn't have the top end speed right now, but he has enough to get it done. So let's move over to receiver, and this is where it's going to look a little different. Now, Jasper Sweet got in a little bit last year, and obviously Maurice Highlights Jackson's been a 4-year starter now. And then Marquise Moore has familiarity with the offense at receiver, but a lot of new guys like Michael Bradbury, Trayvon White, who got in last year a little bit, and Delroy King is a freshman, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to redshirt him. So let's get into practice. And first, we're going to check out Wilson at quarterback, the 6'4 quarterback. And his first pass was incomplete, but his second pass is caught by Trayvon White, who does have an issue catching balls. And that's the one thing that's kept him off of the field. We'll see how he does this season. Now, I like Wilson a lot. He doesn't have the elite arm strength. Here's a throw out to the right side, and the first catch by Michael Bradbury. And Michael Bradbury has the best hands on the team, so watch out for him. But here's a throw out to left side. That's to Maurice Jackson, and you can see, the accuracy difference between these quarterbacks and Justin DiRoberto. We've really been spoiled, and you can see some of these throws are just off. As here's Wilson facing some pressure. Let's see how he throws under pressure. He throws, and that's an interception by the new middle linebacker, Tamari Jamison. He's got 88 speed, so watch out for him. Here's a throw out to the right side. Once again, that same route, but that time it's an overthrow. And like I said, the accuracy won't be there. Here's a throw, another one, and that's intercepted by Coco Bamaye. As Wilson doesn't look bad throwing the ball, but you can definitely see some throws are off. And I am looking forward to developing both of these guys at quarterback, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And here's Julian Gonzalez and Apollo St. Vincent in at the same time next to him. And I'm going to have to use a lot of these packages. You can see, there's a tight end lineup in the backfield. Here's Wilson this time, breaking a sack and rolled out to left side. He gets rid of it and finds Maurice Highlights Jackson for the touchdown. This is his highlight play of the spring practice, Wilson, that is. He throws over the middle, gets hit on the throw as well. But look at the pinpoint accuracy just around the outstretched hand of Coco Bamaye. That is going to bring in Jabari Hollywood at quarterback. Let's see what he can do, the mobile guy. His first pass out to left side. It is caught by Maurice Jackson, and that's a big first down throw on that one. If he can make those throws, he might make this an easy decision. But then his next throw is an overthrow and an interception by Justin Royal, the junior. So coming right back down to earth. But here is Hollywood trying to scramble out on that play, and that's actually Aurelio Villain, the true freshman. I'm looking forward to him replacing Bobby Mathis. He is a lot more athletic than Bobby Mathis. You can see he is getting around the edge that time, and we do find Apollo St. Vincent over the middle. And Hollywood is a shorter quarterback, about 3 inches shorter, but he does have a little more zip on the ball. But his accuracy does suffer a little bit. Here's a throw across the middle. That's Marquise Moore, who is used to playing on the outside. He gets a big first down. But here is the bread and butter of Hollywood's game. Now, he can run the option. His throws will be off, but he can run the ball. Here's an option pitch out to left side, and that is a nice first down run by Maurice Highlights Jackson. Now, when we do run this option, we will not abuse it because obviously if you play NCAA, you can just abuse the computer with option. I will barely run it, maybe once a drive. It won't be frequently at all. It might not even be once a drive. It might be like once every 2 drives. That's kind of what I did last year. It was just like once every 2 drives I might put in Marcus Smith for a drive. But this year I'll probably run it once every 2 drives and kind of do the same thing. And I do want to use it because it is useful. And a lot of the times I won't even run. I might run an option type of play, but I won't run an option run like this here with a speed option or a read option. It might just be like a jet sweep, play action fake or something like that. And I do kind of want to use that in this offense, even if it means using both quarterbacks. But here is Hollywood's highlight play of the spring. You can see on the option keeper, he stays on his feet, breaking a tackle from Coco Bamaye and gets down the left sideline and does get pushed out of bounds. I do like both of these guys, so I do want to give both of them a pretty good look. I think both of them have some pretty glaring weaknesses, and they also have some strengths as well. So I do want to kind of consider both of them with my decision. And let me know if who looks better down in the comment section. I don't really know. Like I said, I like Wilson's accuracy. But look at Eric Shedd, his sophomore year. Look at this pancake block on Tamari Jamison, welcoming him to the starting rotation. And in comes Cole Lakalaka, who I highlighted a little bit ago, being kind of a Bam Cameron. And his first carry of the spring, he fumbles it. So that's not a good start. As you can see, Frankie Kai getting in the backfield, and that's a nice tackle behind the line. And like I said, you're going to see a lot of plays like that. Running a jet sweep, a fake, and just handing it off. That's not really a read option play. It's just a designed fake on that one. And you're going to see a lot of these kind of, Kyle Shanahan type of concepts. Running these jet sweeps, a lot of these reverses, a lot of plays like that. I really like that. And I think Cole Lakalaka will get a ton of playing time. And I could see a situation where he's probably not the starting running back, but he might get a lot of snaps, maybe 50% of the snaps at running back, simply because he can run routes out of the backfield. That is a big asset for this offense. Now, let's move on to the red shirts now. We have a ton of freshmen this year, and we're going to have to use a lot of these red shirts. And the good thing about red shirts is you can just remove it whenever you want, but it will use that year of eligibility. And I am deciding to use it on Ivan Neal. I've seen enough from Cole Lakalaka to know that my running back depth is going to be just fine. I am running a risk. He could end up transferring, but that's the risk I'm just willing to take right now. And at receiver, we are pretty deep with a lot of juniors, and I think I'm going to redshirt our freshmen here and just let them develop for a year, let them cook, and sit back and watch the veterans play. I think they do have a while to go too, because even Delroy King, who was one of our prize recruits last year, he has low catching at 67. His route running is at 75. I want that to get to about an 80 as a starter, so we'll see what he does as a red shirt and how well he does develop. Now, our offensive line isn't as strong as last year, obviously, but with the offensive scheme, with a lot of the, razzle-dazzle of this offense, I think our offensive line will be just fine. Aurelio Villain will be the starter at left end. I don't think there's any competition for him there. I am really, really excited. He is an athletic defensive end. Anderson Reed will start at right end, and that means Deshaun Harrington, who was kind of one of our prize recruits who I said I'm going to develop. He has really good finesse moves. I think his block shedding needs to get up, and he needs to add on some muscle as well. If he's undersized at 5'11", he'll need to add an element of his game that kind of sets him apart. So at linebacker, we're kind of set here. I think Tamari Jamison and Denzel Graham Jr. are going to battle for that middle linebacker position, but they will both be on the field quite a bit together. And then at cornerback, I am going to redshirt Barry Willis. He is in line to actually be the #1 cornerback next year, barring some type of freshman coming in, but I doubt it because Barry Willis was a really important recruit of ours last year. And like I said, we have two capable senior corners, Marquise Dorsey and Coco Bamaye right now. And if we redshirt Barry Willis, he will have 4 years of eligibility, and he's already at 85 man. I mean, he could be coming in next year with 90 man. That would be an amazing thing for a redshirt freshman. Now, one more freshman on the defensive side of the ball who I haven't highlighted much has been Ja'Kai Betts. Now, he is a big safety, 6'1", 205. He's a decent tackler, 79. I want to see him redshirted because I know that Justin Royal is ahead of him, and I think he can develop just a little bit more, but I am excited about his future. So here is the depth chart. So we will line up Wilson right now as the #1 quarterback, but I could make a split decision, game time decision, I guess, before the opener versus Clemson. Remember, the national championship rematch is our first game. At running back, it doesn't really matter what our depth chart is here right now because this could easily change. I think these guys all have a lot of talent, and it really just depends on production. A lot like last year, Julian Gonzalez was the #1 running back, but he could easily give that up again. Who knows? Or he could easily just take the reins and run with it and not give it back, kind of like Bam Cameron did last season. Now, at receiver, Marquise Moore will be on the outside. I am going to put Michael Bradbury on the outside because he does have the best catch rating of any receiver on our roster right now with 89. And that is going to be really, really useful because with these quarterbacks who might be inaccurate, we need to make sure we don't drop any passes. We need to make sure we haul in everything because we might not get many chances. Now, our defensive line will look like Aurelio Villain, Frankie Kai at defensive tackle, and then also Anderson Reed, who will be returning. He will be the leader on the defensive line along with Frankie Kai. At linebacker, David Wyatt will return as a starter. Jamison and Graham, like I said, they will be competing for the middle linebacker spots. They will both be on the field. Mostly Denzel Graham will be on the field for nickel situations just because he is more of a coverage linebacker and makes the most sense. And then obviously Adam Williams will also be in there as well. At cornerbacks, I highlighted the seniors, Justin Royal and also Ali Myers, who will come into this season as another great safety. And then returning the ball this year will be Jonte Batson, who is the 4th-string cornerback right now. He could be in line to get some playing time at cornerback next year, but he will definitely play a big role in the kick return game this year. He has 95 speed. He actually might be the fastest returner we've had back there. I forgot the speed that Xavier Storm was. I believe he was 94, and I think Jonte Batson is a tick faster than that. So I do want to just look around the NCAA to our, I guess, rivals or other teams that we want to see how they did in the offseason, and Marquette looks poised to win. They have a really good defense, a pretty good quarterback with Nicholas Anderson. He is a junior. But here is the bread and butter of their offense. The redshirt freshman, Josh Douglas. He is 93 overall, and just look at him. I mean, he is a monster, and he's only a redshirt freshman. 5'11", he's got size, 218. He's got speed. He can do it all. So this offense is going to be explosive. They even have a 6'7" receiver on the outside, and they have a couple of seniors, but a couple of juniors too. So the drop-off won't be too bad. A year from now, they've been developing something really, really good there in Milwaukee. So let's check out Adam Miller's team, and he will have a great transfer, I guess, that did transfer before, in Dane Webb. This guy is good, and he's really good. I mean, they've got themselves a warrior at quarterback. He is very, very accurate, 6'2", 221. And like I said, he came over from JUCO. I do usually create a couple of JUCO players every single season that are just like really, really good. I kind of want to simulate like Cam Newton and a lot of these other guys that come from these JUCO colleges like Last Chance U and all that. I like to simulate that, and I kind of make them a high overall. That's why he was rated so high as a sophomore at 98. He was, I think when I created him, he was about a 88 overall, and he kind of rose up to a 98 now. That's a big jump in 2 years, but that's kind of what I like to do each year. I do throw just a couple of those guys in the recruiting pool each year. Now, let's check out Quintaris Jones. Now our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinators are now head coaches. And looking at his team, I think his offense is maybe his weakness. I think once he gets a good quarterback, I think they will be fine. But they do have a pretty good receiver here in Larry Bain. He is 93 overall, 92 speed, 99 acceleration, only 78 awareness though. And then they have a decent, pretty good tight end here in Cedric Matthews, the senior. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do as head coaches. It's going to be a lot of fun here in Season 8. So you don't want to miss the next episode. It will be the National Championship rematch as we kick off Season 8. Let me know what you guys think of the quarterbacks. Who do you guys think should start? I really want to hear your guys' arguments. Also at receiver, I want to hear your guys' arguments there. And at running back, who do you guys think? I mean, we have 3 skill positions that are really up for grabs. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Season 8 is right around the corner. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though, yeah, and it don't even matter though.